John used my joke about the cocktail reception being soon, so I guess I'll just start. My name's Alex Dominy, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of QuiO. And QuiO was born out of the realization that there's a gap, a big gap between the inherent efficacy of an injectable therapy and the real-world performance when it gets sent home with the patient and a medication guide and a syringe. And so we build technology, smart injection devices, and connected software to help close that gap. Our first device, the SI-1, it's a reusable injection device that's loaded with a syringe by the patient at home. And then the device, at the touch of a button, automates the injection process and delivers the full dose. The device also passively records how much was in the syringe when they loaded it, and through a skin sensor detects exactly how much was injected. And then immediately after the injection, it'll timestamp that data and wirelessly send it through a cellular connection. So there's no smartphone or syncing required for the patient. And with this data, we can now begin to address the issue of poor adherence to injectable therapies, which results in billions and billions of dollars in unnecessary clinical trial costs, avoidable medical costs, and lost pharmaceutical revenue each year. And the way we address this issue is with our devices, our data, and our cloud platform. So the platform includes a care module, which targets the high-touch remote care delivered by clinicians to the right patient at the right time. We also have a coach module that delivers automated real-time support to address the issues like forgetfulness and dosing errors. And then we make that data available through our enterprise module for our customers at an aggregate level. So this enables them to track adherence and outcomes across their patient population. And we designed the platform to pull in data from over 300 monitoring devices as well to track those outcomes. And we use this to provide a positive feedback loop for the patient so they can see the benefits of when they use their medication correctly. Right now, there's competing solutions under development, Bluetooth add-ons and Bluetooth injectors that have a couple problems. They require the patient to sync the device to a smartphone and download and learn to use a companion app to manage that wireless connection. They also lack a back-end platform to enable remote monitoring and support. So looking at injectables and why these solutions and why we're developing a solution right now is because adherence monitoring devices have shown clinical and economic benefits for pills and inhalers. And in fact, there's nearly 50 solutions for monitoring pills and inhalers in the market today, and nothing for injectables. That's partly because only 8% of medications today are injectable, but we see a really big opportunity because the pharmaceutical pipeline is about 42% injectable. And looking at the market today, we estimate around 15 million patients are self-injecting a therapy in the US each year. You can see the big ones like diabetes and autoimmune disease. There's a lot of orphan drugs for rare diseases as well. And the two customers we're looking at are risk bearers, because as you can see in this published data, we can save hundreds of dollars per patient per month by improving adherence to these therapies. And the other customer is pharma customers, because we can generate hundreds or even thousands of dollars per patient per month in additional revenue. And so we're launching our first device, the SI-1, into a clinical study this summer. But we're also looking to scale that sensor and that wireless technology across the injectable space with multiple formats. So we have 4 patents covering multiple device formats, including the SI pen for diabetes, as well as some pre-filled devices, which are really cool because that enables a dose to be tracked from the point of production to the point of consumption at the patient's home. And actually, that consumption event is, of course, tracked as well. And all our devices will communicate with the connected RX platform. And we're also making the platform available to third-party injection devices, because this space is really dominated by pre-filled devices commercialized for a specific injectable therapy. And so when you start to look at connecting those devices, it doesn't make sense for each one to build and manage a cloud platform for that therapy. Instead, they can just plug in that device into the connected RX platform and benefit from the features and the analytics that have been built and tested over multiple therapies. And long term, our vision is to open it up to all connected therapeutics, because we really believe that within 10 years, every device and every dose will be connected. Thank you.
That was a really good pitch and made my job a lot harder. I can see the application for it to help life science companies in clinical trials, keeping track of, what they're doing with patients. What about clinical trials yourself, testing the different pens that you have? Have you got plans for that, or have you done that?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the SI1, we're going to run a clinical study this summer. We're looking to show improved adherence and actually show the value of the data over current standards for measuring adherence. The pen is under development, and we're looking at running a clinical study in early 2018.
You mentioned there about funding, and 11 million for QuiO, 35 million for Propeller. How much have you raised, and how much does it cost to develop it so far?
We've raised just over $1 million to date. We've spent almost all of that on product development. The benefit of our design is that it's an off-the-shelf 510K device. I don't think we could bring a combination product to market, so we designed it to be developed and launched independent of any specific injectable therapy, which is much more cost-effective for us as a startup.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Really good.